My cousin is really stupid, you know. I feel like I need to provide some context for the sheer magnitude of my cousin's stupidity. His name is Mark, and he operates under the constant delusion that he's the smartest guy in any room. The incident I'm about to describe wasn't just a momentary lapse in judgment, it was a multi-layered masterpiece of idiocy. It all centered around our end-of-year Algebra 2 final. This exam was legendary for its difficulty, and our teacher, Mrs. Higgins, had a reputation for having eyes in the back of her head. The entire junior class was in a state of low-grade panic for weeks. Mark, however, was unnervingly calm. He pulled me aside 2 days before the test and whispered, "I've cracked the code. I've got the entire test from Katie Morrison." Katie was our valedictorian, and I knew for a fact she'd never give him the answers. "How?" I asked, skeptical. He gave me this smug look and said, "I observed her study habits. I know every formula she's memorizing. I've simply acquired the data." He refused to elaborate further. The morning of the exam, I saw him meticulously cleaning a pair of pristine white sneakers. "For good luck," he winked. We filed into the silent classroom. The tension was palpable. Mrs. Higgins passed out the tests with a stern warning that any sign of academic dishonesty would result in an automatic 0 and a call to our parents. My heart was pounding just from the atmosphere. About 15 minutes in, I heard a sharp gasp from Mark's direction. He clutched his calf and whispered loudly, "Charlie horse. Bad one." Then, with a movement that was anything but subtle, he slammed his foot onto the wooden surface of his desk. The sound echoed through the silent room like a gunshot. Pen stopped moving. Every single head turned. And there it was, for the entire world to see. On the pure white sole of his sneaker, written in thick, black, permanent marker, was not just one formula, but a condensed, chaotic encyclopedia of Algebra 2. You could see everything from the quadratic formula to trigonometric identities. He had even drawn a small, poorly rendered graph. Mrs. Higgins stood up slowly. She didn't say a word. She walked over to his desk with the pace of a predator closing in on its prey. She leaned down, her eyes scanning the sole of his shoe. The silence was agonizing. "Mr. Thompson," she finally said, her voice dangerously quiet. "It appears your lower extremity has a firmer grasp of advanced algebra than you do. Would you care to explain this, footnotes?" Mark, God bless his soul, didn't miss a beat. He looked her dead in the eye and said, "It's a motivational tool, Mrs. Higgins. It helps me focus. The words inspire me." She simply replied, "Your inspiration has just earned you a 0. And as for the rest of you," she announced to the horrified class, "this test is void. We will be having a retest next week, and it will be twice as long." The collective groan could probably be heard from space. The legend of Sneakerhead Mark lives on to this day, and I have to constantly explain to people that, yes, we are related by blood, but no, we do not share a brain cell.